What better way to celebrate World Bee Day in 2025 than by taking a look at the amazing natives in our gardens that can really nurture these little creatures that we depend on for pollination of food crops and more. And don't forget, before you finish watching this video, to like, share and subscribe if you'd like to support the channel. Today I'm going to share 10 plants from my tropical garden that I know are helping the native bees flourish in my garden. At number 10 is a plant in my garden that's just about to come into flower. It's the native Dracaena. And yes, we think of these as indoor plants or ornamental plants, but there is a species that's native to Australia and the bees absolutely love it. At 9 is this gorgeous native ginger. It's in berry at the moment, but when it's in flower, all manner of pollinators, especially the buzz pollinators, love this one. This one is a surprise because until it came up in a study that looked at pollen in native beehives in the area that I live, I didn't even know that the flowers were interesting to the native bees. But yes, these ones, this is Macaranga, and the stingless bees apparently really value the pollen from the flowers, which are what botanists would call insignificant. At lucky number 7, this plant is worth the spikes because not only does it produce absolutely delicious berries, it also attracts many pollinators, including a lot of our masked bees and bees I've never seen in my garden before. The Atherton raspberry. And this teensy tiny flower is the flower from Dianella plants. Now Dianella feeds our tiniest bees, but after the bees pollinate them, they also feed all manner of lizards, from water dragons to the tiniest little skinks, and I'm sure that the marsupials get into these berries as well. Number 5 is a plant which produces what has been called the best nut in the world. This one is produced commercially in Australia, or I should say farmed commercially in Australia, and so there's been lots of research, and that research shows that if you want macadamia nuts, then you really need to have stingless bees because they absolutely love both the nectar and the pollen from this plant. At number 4, when the umbrella tree is flowering, everything feasts. Not just the birds though, also the bees. This vine is barely noticeable unless it's in flower. It's not in flower in my garden at the moment, but I'm going to show you some images. This one is absolutely adored by our smallest bees and our stingless bees. It's Roaring Meg, Tecumanthe vine. Another plant adored by pretty much every pollinator you can think of is the penda, mostly the golden penda, which is just absolutely stunning tree in flower, and the bees think so too. And now the plant that has delivered the most personal firsts as far as observations of bees goes for me. And what I mean by that is the first time I've actually seen a particular species in real life is this one, the blue tongue, Melastoma malabithricum. If you want bees and you're in the subtropics or the tropics, possibly even warm temperate, plant these, you'll get bees. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Any kind of interaction with this video will help me no end, and I really appreciate it. Till we get into it again, have a great week.